The poll asked more than 400 registered voters to rate their approval of elected leaders during the pandemic. Nearly half of those surveyed disapprove of the job President Trump is doing. But despite the pandemic and struggling economy, the president's approval numbers remain steady.
The president does have this very hard core of support where people who are approving, generally speaking, of how he's been doing, regardless of what other kinds of external events we see.
Only a third of North Carolina voters approve of the job Senator Thom Tillis is doing. 1/3 disapproves, with the final third saying they have no opinion. High Point University political scientist Martin Keifer says Tillis's poll numbers don't necessarily mean trouble for him in the upcoming election.
Senator Burr, when he was seeking re-election, his numbers didn't look much different at all than what we're seeing for Mr. Tillis. So I think that there are other things that are going to affect the outcome of the election.
Senator Burr has the lowest job approval in the poll. The Winston-Salem Republican attracted a lot of attention recently for an investment scandal and his role as head of Senate Intelligence investigating Russian interference in our elections. Less than a quarter of North Carolina voters say he's doing a good job. Governor Roy Cooper has the highest job approval of any leader in the survey. The poll doesn't ask why, but the governor has become an almost daily presence on TV handling the pandemic. Half of North Carolina voters say he's doing a good job. The survey finds most voters agree on one thing: the direction the country's heading. 77% say America's heading in the wrong direction.
But there does seem to be an awareness that people are unhappy on a bipartisan or nonpartisan basis with the direction of the country. And so that's something we'll watch as we go into November and frankly into the new year.
Political scientist Martin Keifer says it's not unusual for voters not to have an opinion on their senators. In this poll, roughly a third of those surveyed said they had no opinion of either Senator Burr or Senator Tillis. In Greensboro, I'm Bill O'Neill, WXII 12 News.